guys, welcome to Parent Up TV. Today's another new special episode of Christmas. I am Raquel, I'm the co-host. I'm co-hosting with my friend.
Nays Love.
Thank you. And today we have our special guests with us. I'm going to ask each one of them for their names and to introduce themselves. I'll start on my side. Hello.
Hi, my name's Alicia Ann. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from North London.
And you?
JBZ, the romantic driller, the pum pum killer, eating Uzi for dinner, still Audi or the Bimmer, entrepreneur of the year, this year, last year, every year.
Look at that, look at that.
Hi, my name is Melissa Luke. I'm an event coordinator, model influencer, and art director and CEO of ML Events, South London.
My name's Daniel, aka Bada Dan. That's Baddah Dan. I'm an artist, producer as well for Afrobeats. And yeah.
Hi guys, I'm AJ, BXBY_AJ on Instagram. I'm a forex trader and also a business owner.
Well done.
Hello, hi, I'm Nays Love. I do podcasts, I sing, and we're here to do this today.
Yeah. So we came today with a very special topic that I wanted to discuss, and I want to know everyone's opinions on this. So I searched about it, and I wanted to know what's your opinions and why are people nowadays more single than married, and why is it fast growing, the single life? Does anybody have an opinion on that? Wanted to share with me? Experience yourself?
I'll start. I feel like
Your mic, please.
simply,
You
to keep
can
it very
push it
simple
to
before
you.
we get complex with it, I think it's simply because women are working. Like, we just don't need men anymore, and it shows that
We don't
every
need
day
men
we are-
anymore.
we're the breadwinners, like, we
We're
don't.
independent.
We are. Like, I grew up in a single parent household, but my mum was the breadwinner. Like, I didn't really know a lot. I felt like I grew up in a 2-parent household, which wasn't really common back in the day. Like, I don't feel like I understand the significance of having a man.
Well, can I tell? That was good. So I just wanted to add a bit from that. So this is how I personally feel. It's just my opinion, but I feel like the more women have become independent and the more women can, have that sort of atmosphere of just getting their own and not feeling that they need something from a man. Everything that a man can provide, women can feel like, well, I could do this. It's kind of made them feel like, look, let me just start with here. We're in a different era. So when you look at back in the days or how it was, women had to be in the household, they were depending financially on men. So the men had to go to work and the women had to sit at home and take care of the family. It was their responsibility. Perhaps women felt like, well, I have to do this. Whereas now we're at a time where it's a bit more liberal, there's freedom, women feel more independent and have more rights. Remember women's right movement and all of that stuff. So that can also change things. That independency can have some women feeling like, maybe I don't need this. What my mum felt like she had to do and settle, I don't have to settle for. That could be what it is. I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I'm just saying that could be something that's out there. And that energy can be in so many women in different ways.
Yeah.
That's
What
I
about
think.
the men? I want to hear the men's opinion.
So it sounds to me like you only value men for resources then, or at least the majority of the time, women only value men for resources. Because the main thing about a relationship should be companionship.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter how much money you're making, or if you can do stuff yourself, that's fine. It's whether you want someone who's going to be with you in that. It's always going to be easier when you have someone you trust and love to do things with. So I think maybe women being more independent has meant that they're choosing relationships less. Maybe they feel like it's more hassle, or maybe they feel like fewer men meet their standards. And that's fine, but you can't put finances too heavily in those standards if you feel like you're making enough yourself. So companionship needs to be higher on your list if you feel like you don't need a man to pay bills and all of that.
I'm going to add to that, sorry. Yeah, so that's not my opinion, by the way. That's not how I feel personally, but that's an important fact that you've made. But I'm just speaking from, there's this conversation that happens a lot on, do we go 50-50? Or, I think that puts pressure on relationships. And that was a good point made, that finances is starting to be the value and core of the relationship when it really shouldn't be like
also
that.
of the men.
Absolutely. And if anyone else wants to add anything.
Alicia, I want to hear Alicia.
Something. So I have a different perspective. I think it's as humans, we're tapping into a higher consciousness and we're becoming more intelligent. It's a lot easier now for us to access people through dating apps. So we can easily get sex anytime we want. So now it's more about, are we on the same level with the partner that we are looking for? And because we are becoming more intelligent with the rise of social media, we're becoming more educated. We're becoming more complex, and I think it's a lot harder to find that person that we're looking for.
But don't you think that due to women becoming so independent, they're forgetting to play the woman role? It's like they're behaving like men.
Yeah.
So it's like it's about finding that balance.
I think they're playing they're behaving like men up until the inconvenient parts of being a man come into play. So.
I would like to add to that, and your point earlier, you said companionship should be high on the list, and she also spoke about spirituality, but let's get down to the science of things, like men and women. What are we here to do? Procreate. And what are the characteristics of a man? Like, what is a man supposed to do? What is a woman supposed to do? I feel like in today's world, we spoke about this earlier as well, we've lost our roles. I feel like women are not being women, men are not really being men. I mean,
Women are being more men now,
do you know
men
what
are
I
being
mean?
more women.
Like men are not protecting, they're not
they're
providing.
not.
I want to hear you. What you guys say?
So I did a series about this online. It's called Kama Sutra, and I was breaking down like reasons why guys, obviously my fan base is young boys, 18 to 24, and basically in the last 3 years, the number in 10 guys, in a year, if one guy hasn't had sex, that number has now tripled in the last like 5 years. And obviously I was looking at why are guys not getting pussy anymore? So obviously I'm looking at it, I'm finding out dating apps, like the way dating apps are set up, it's made for 8% of the best looking guys are gonna go to everyone. So naturally things like that, you got things like the high heel effect. Women are actually just getting taller and women don't want to date guys that are shorter than them. So they got all these little things that are the reason why guys are not getting pussy anymore. So obviously it was reason we're thinking, why, what can we do as men to get pussy, you know? And the reason what we came up was that it's the real life interactions that we're missing with people. Because when you speak to women, like it's there's no like that. Obviously we're talking about that's data and numbers and 70% and 20%, but when you meet someone and you riz them, it's like, oh, you get me? You get me? It doesn't matter. She sees you, and obviously we're missing that interaction, real life interaction. That's really what it is. But then on the other side of it is we got women that obviously now we're talking about that's science. Now we're talking about the culture of things that are happening. Like look at the music that women are listening to, Sexy Red, all these things. Use that guy for this, You get me? So that shows soft prostitution is local. It's around. Gala even saying online, oh, if you're married to someone, you're just a prostitute, but for love. So you get me? If this kind of message is being spread out, how am I supposed to get pussy? How are we supposed to date? Like you get me? If that's the culture and the science is hard for the man them. So we need to see women in real life.
Yeah, but don't you feel like you're putting that a lot towards the women though? But I gotta say, I blame this a lot on society and how social media is now. It is you're good looking and you are important and you're cool if you're doing like shaking that ass video clips and money and whores and getting all of these women, and it's all about bitches and monies. There's not like the old R&B where it's all about reaching the stars.
But the ladies are singing
and
that as
having
well.
that relationship
Like making that connection.
and having that connection and that
you
love.
ladies are singing that song. It's not us singing the song. It's Sexy Red, Mulatto.
No, but men are as well.
Bacardi. What's it? No, but remember now that's bigger.
Yeah, but it started all through men though. Men was the one who started to come more like it's all about shaking that ass, twerk, and get all of the women in the club and all the money and all the drugs and all of that influences.
It's in the nature of some men, and it's probably just a byproduct of women being told they can do everything a man could do. Some things most women just don't want to do, and they've kind of been encouraged to do it because they need to prove a point. You have nothing to prove. Like being a woman is incredibly important in like the way society needed it, and even
Men now create more expectations from women. They don't. If you meet a woman that knows how to cook and be family oriented, that's not good enough for a man. How much do you earn? How do you look? How are you gonna be outside? How's your media? How's your?
I don't care how much a woman earns.
Yeah, I think men just care she's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, but men and
I just-
women,
men
men and
think
women,
she's
they're not
pretty.
equal.
Yeah,
though.
but you know, I'm not saying that men want to
We're
know
not
per
equal.
se how much you
We're not
earn,
equal,
but the
and
men
I
will
think
not.
that's where the struggle
The
comes
men will
in.
not want you to come and you can't be depending on me. I'm providing for you, but that's what my dad done. That's what my grandfather done. That's what you're supposed
Yeah,
to be
protect
doing
and
as
provide.
a man.
I think the economy
Provide,
doesn't
protect,
Yeah,
and
return of
profess.
investment.
that's the average person anymore. But
Return of investment is not high like it was before. Like man, them could have 2 families, calm, one in London and Birmingham, and afford it. You get me? You can't even afford your family in London these days, so it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So basically, they're blaming the economy.
Yeah.
Because if I go back to Africa and I give iPhones out, trust me, the whole village is lit.
Yes.
All of them, I'm getting like 4. Like, you get me?
You
Like, for me.
need to get Wi-Fi installed with those
We'll do network, we'll do Wi-Fi. Elon will pattern. You get me? You get me? But
Anyone
that's
else?
return of investment is crazy. That is part of it. Because guys are like my friends, a lot of my friends, 30 plus, single, good looking guys, got decent jobs, but it's like, they're like, I don't know if I want to spend on her because it's like, what am I going to get back? Because remember, it's courting, he's courting, he's dating her. But everything is a business now, return of investment. I spent 3 days at Hyatt, 1 at Eden, did at this place. And it's like, how much have I spent just to say, oh yeah, good night, babe? Like at the end of the day, the man don't want to, you feel me? Like,
It's
you know what
not
I'm
pure.
saying?
It's not a pure intent. It's
But
just
it is,
it's
though,
like
it's
what I'm gonna
natural.
give, what am I gonna receive? It's like if you're gonna do
Everything
it.
is transactional though, and I think that's what people need to get with. Like, it is transactional. If you're not
Which should
useful,
be-
you're useless. That's just the truth. You just got to figure out what you want to be used for. Like he said, companionship. At the end of the day, you're gonna get used for something. So get with the program.
Yeah, whatever it is, it
Be
should
recyclable.
whatever it is, it should be from a pure level, like just pure level.
What's
like.
pure? I want money. That's a pure. I want
No,
pure
no,
money.
everyone does, but I'm saying like if
From
you're
your
gonna get
girl
with
though?
someone, like just be honest and just like say what it is.
I agree with that. I think honesty and authenticity
Yeah,
and transparency.
just say what it is.
And I believe in things being said and being clear from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Exactly.
So there's no
And
confusion.
then you can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. I
But
think
then-
if men would be more upfront and say what they want,
Yeah,
then life,
absolutely.
Things,
But
men,
men
and
and
women,
women,
men
men
and
and
women,
women.
Yeah.
Women.
men and women.
When
They
we
should
see
have
you,
just
you're
come
not
and
the real
say,
you.
Did you say when did you
When
say?
we see you, you're not, when I see you, lip fillers, eyelash. Where's the truth? Where's the transparency? You should have your natural phone on your face, like on your phone, so we can see it. How about that? That's transparency. That's keeping it real from the jump.
Show me your bank account.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
get
even
it.
with
Yeah,
men
but
as
can I add
well.
to that? Are you going to look at us if we didn't have our lashes on and stuff, though? No, you wouldn't. So.
Lashes is for women. It's not for men.
Like,
men
but
don't
that-
care.
we go back to the subject that I had before. Men will say, "Oh, but women are this and that, fake this, fake that." But that's what you look at.
Nah.
That's what you're gonna turn
No,
your neck
like,
to.
guys-
That is
I just
facts.
believe if you like somebody, you like them for who they are, you like them for
Yeah,
how they come,
yeah,
and
definitely.
that's it.
Because
Period.
this
Sounds good.
this cooking with Kaya situation, for example. So, guys are saying that they like this influencer called Cooking with Kaya. She looks very natural, and you know she does some cooking on her TikTok or whatever. And women are saying that guys are just hyping her up, like they don't actually like her in that. But you have proof now that guys actually just like natural looking women, and
Not
now,
all men do.
No, but I honestly think most men do.
What about
Most men
BBW
do.
women? A lot of men love BBW women. Are you gonna say like in the eyes of what beauty standards? Like
Yeah,
men love
like-
them. Go online. They got millions of followers. These girls, bro. Like you know what
Everyone
I'm
has
saying?
their preferences. It's not. It's like it's not a big deal.
So we're not doing it. So all the eyelashes and that, we don't care about that. That's for you girls. The man, you just
Yeah.
confirmed that we don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
She's
disagree.
not
I
liked
disagree.
because she's natural, guys. Let me just be
We
honest.
don't
She's
care.
liked because she's a bop. Like, if you
Whoa.
go, I'm sorry to say it, go and read the comments. Go and see what she markets. Okay, it's not just cooking. There's loads of natural girls who cook. There's loads of natural girls who are doing whatever. Babe is a bop, and that markets nowadays. Look at C China. I'm not saying she's a bop, but she markets boppy music, and everyone's loving it right now. Like, who talks about pegging men at the back of a bus? Like, that's not natural. That's not natural, guys. It's not something we should talk about out loud, but here we are talking about it. So at the end of the day, sex does sell.
Yeah.
100%.
Alicia, do you want to say anything else? Because you said you didn't agree with any of this. So please, I want your opinion. I want your
No.
opinion.
No, I was just saying that
babe.
I can't remember what I didn't agree with, but no, I agree with everyone. Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to share with us? Is there any opinions on this?
I just think that we're becoming more independent as people, and it's just a lot harder to find someone to match
think it
every
also
to tick
I
every box.
I have to say also
We're becoming more complex as humans, and I honestly believe that.
Yeah. Someone mentioned people don't have like a third place anymore. So like you have work, home, you don't have a third place where you go to just meet people. And I think that might be part of what's kind of keeping people away. And I think social media's probably replaced that third place.
Yeah.
But you can't make the same connection necessarily as just having a normal conversation with someone.
Yeah, there's no more in-person connection. Everything is online, social media influenced by.
And you feel like you could touch it as well just because it's on your timeline. Like you feel like, oh, I
That is
deserve
really
that.
true. Social media is an important, obviously, is a part of the topic anyway. But there's generally people that are so active and talk so much on social media where you meet them in person, you're just like trying to get a conversation from them.
They don't
That
know how to
should
do
not
it.
be like your source. It should be this. It should be the person you are. So I think that has definitely played something into it. It's like people feel like, well, I'm shy, but I'll put everything behind the keyboard. But that's not really you. That makes it robotic. That's what I
Social
think.
media is very fake nowadays, and this is an unpopular opinion, guys, but I hate TikTok. And I do, I hate it. And it's because, I might get hate for this, but I feel like it's become a platform for all the losers. They've bunched together and they've made themselves famous. Like, I'm so sorry to say it. All the cool people bring back. I don't even want to say bring back bullying, but when there was bullying, life was in check. Everybody was in check. So many stupid things that we see today were not happening. Like, we don't check each other as much anymore because the world is so sensitive, and I hate that.
But doesn't that come from accountability? Because even when we talk about social media or the internet, I feel like sometimes we have to make our own disciplines. No one's going to
I
make
agree
it
with
for
that.
you.
I agree with
So
that.
what you choose to inhale and digest is you. What you choose to watch every day, that's on you. So
I agree
I
with
feel
that.
like this is where accountability comes in.
So then, your point, I think, if you say we have to be accountable, then when it comes to meeting people in real life, you can't blame social media, because on social media, me personally, I network a lot. It's part of my career, and I go to a lot of events. Even like I recently went to a tech event. Don't know anything about tech, but I met a lot of like-minded people, not necessarily in my field, but ambitious, and that's because I utilized my phone to go to these
connect.
events. So if we're going to be
Absolutely.
accountable, we have to be accountable all round.
100%.
Yeah, I think it also comes on a lot of your mentality and how you see things. People will value more and prioritize more social media comments, like shares, reposts, who's liking my post, who's commenting my post, and you like the person next to you.
Yeah.
Right there, flesh and
I
skin.
think we're becoming so fussy because let's say the man's got the money, he's got the looks, but what about if he hasn't got the conversation? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's a
So
big
it's
problem.
like we
Yeah.
want to have all these boxes ticked, and if
Yeah.
we don't, we're then looking for the next person. And as I said, it goes back to my point. We're becoming way more complex and slightly fussy, and we're not settling anymore.
There's too many options. There's
Yeah,
too many options. There's
Exactly.
too many options.
I was about to say that. It's about the variety of options that we've got nowadays. So you don't work out, I'll go on social media, get someone else.
Yeah.
And people are now trying to find excuses to break up, not to stay.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
It's a lot about media and how they're going to see it across. And yeah.
I feel like less is more. So it's like the more you add to your list, the more complex it gets. It's like prioritize what's important to you, and just kind of like.
But
work
if you
from
don't
there.
want to settle, why should you settle?
No,
If
I'm not saying.
that's what you
I'm not
want,
saying about settling. I'm
like,
just saying
to the T, why not?
I agree with that, especially when you have everything. Especially, when you have everything, you don't care. You will leave. Like, you don't have money, I leave. I have money of my own. I don't have to stay here. You have shit conversation. I don't have to be here. I've got money. I can
Yeah.
leave.
But is
when
that
I
because of
want to, do you
social
know what I mean?
media? Because of
I
social
mean,
media, you
there's
feel
a-
like there's another
No,
option.
we're just like more.
We've
we're
got
more
it. Like, we
educated.
don't. Do you know what I mean? We're
We
more
need
educated.
Stimulation mentally.
There's a conspiracy that big businesses realize that they could make a lot more money if they got women to make their own money and spend their own money. So it's probably part of how they push feminism and then made more women go into the workplace. So now if both people are working, it's more difficult to make time for each other. It's more difficult to start a family, build properly. And now everything's more expensive. So even having a household with just one breadwinner is a lot more difficult. So there's a conspiracy. I don't know if it's like
I'm actually going
intentional,
to
but-
defend men here, but I actually do feel sorry for them in the dating aspect, because there is this thing on social media where there's women posting when they go out on dates and this man took them to this place and spent this much. And as you said, you might go on one date and decide you don't want to be with the person. You've wasted that money. That I can completely I feel sorry for you in that respect.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think that could be a big problem as well. That is also the problem, because men are getting fed up where they have to keep spending on these dates.
Because of women's points of view nowadays, it's all about where is he going to take me? What's the restaurant? What does he drive?
Yeah,
Where's he taking me
absolutely.
to
So
drink?
he's like, is it worth it? Like,
And
I
they
spent
see
all
that
my
as a
money.
value as a man. And to me, it's a bit like, okay, but how is he as a person? Yes, he can have all the money, all the car. He can take me to
agree.
Mayfair, and then he starts talking, and I'm like, please, like I don't even want to eat here no more.
I
Can can we
I think
leave?
the real test is take everything away. Just be in the space with that person.
Exactly.
What do you really think about that person?
Yeah.
What is the connection?
Yes.
There's people you might not even met, but you speak to on the phone. You're like, wow, I actually like this person. That can happen.
Yeah.
So take
definitely.
away all of these things, and I think some people might not do that. They might just think that, well, there's no point because I can have this, I can have that. But I feel that's important to really feel the energy with someone.
I agree, but at the end of the day, guys, love is fickle. It's not going to hold you until the end of your days. Like, there has to be more to you than love. There's more that builds a successful relationship than love. So now we have to start looking at other things. Am I going to be looked after here? Is he going to take care of me emotionally? Like, so many things come into play. So yes, maybe it is shallow to look at if he has money, but it's a deeper meaning. If my lights go out tomorrow, my kid's going to be hungry. Like, you have to think deeper. It's not just, I want to go shopping. There are, but also it's supply and demand. Like, we can say we feel sorry for men, but these men are seeking a certain group of girls. Like, what do you think this girl is going to give you? Let's not be naive. Like, what do you think she's going to ask? What do you think she's going to settle for?
It's about building. I think it's important for every individual to want their own independence, but it's about finding that balance between man and woman. Like, it's not a
Build
competition,
together.
but it's like, what are we building? Like, what's the aim?
Yeah, 100%. Like the other influencer, what's his name? I forgot his name, but he says the 3 P's for men: provide, protect, and profess.
Yeah, women are supposed to nourish and love. So it's like,
Have you seen that TikTok, or it's a challenge where when a woman goes to the man, oh, I can't pay the rent this month. I think that's so funny, and I like it for everyone to show, and it shows that the man is provided. It's a flex for him to show that I'm providing for her, I'm paying the rent, and like relationships like that, and more social media like that should be put out.
because on a natural level, I just feel like if everyone wants to just play their role, then everything will be easier. It's like men are supposed to protect, they're supposed to provide. Women are supposed to nourish, they're supposed to love. But it's like it's all switched. So it's like it's just all gone crazy.
Men are more
Because everyone's just
feminine
picking
nowadays,
what they
and
want
women
to
are more
do. Like when
masculine.
it's not, that's not the natural wave. So it just causes that imbalance.
Can we talk about men that want to be chased? Because I've met a couple of them, and I'm just like, I am not doing that.
Definitely not.
I don't know what's going on out there. What is
think
going on?
The question is which women gave them the impression that they could be chased. So they
Yeah.
will probably chased. Someone set the precedent. Now
Based on what they used to.
exactly. So now you're here. They're like, oh, give me the same energy.
I agree with that because it's like somebody could have had a woman that was constantly chasing, constantly seeking, and it got to a point where the guy was like, I'm the prize here. So then it might have got to another relationship. They're like, you're going to chase me. And the other woman's like, wait, hold on, I'm chasing you.
What do you mean chasing? As in like you're already in a relationship,
No,
or
like
you want to
chasing,
get with him?
like they're the man. Like I'm
Putting
chasing
effort
after
in.
you.
Oh, are you talking to each other? Or
Talking to each other,
Men are supposed to conquer.
Beginning stages.
Like-
sometimes I feel like by a man's reaction if he's like with it or not. If a man's onto you and he likes you,
He's
and
coming
that's how
for
he is
you.
from the
That's
get go,
it.
then that's it. If you have to chase him and it's all of that, then I feel like
there's no point.
It's too much.
because all of this chess moves, I'm gonna go to my snap someone else's car, so we're out just to make him watch it. But like, what's that? I don't need to do that. Like, don't do that, man. Just if I liked you, I like you, innit? So that's what I personally feel anyway. Especially at this age, like we're not children anymore. You know what I'm saying?
When
Like,
a man wants a woman, he gets her.
shows.
He goes after her. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also, I feel like in today's society, oh my God, guys, I just lost my train of thought.
It's getting so deep.
I'm so upset. What did you
That
say
happened
again?
to
Because
me
it was
earlier.
so good. What did he say? What did you say again?
if a man wants you, he wants you.
Yeah, if a man wants you. Oh yeah. Also, men know, and well, I won't even just say men. People know who to play with. Like they know what
They
they're doing.
test
They're
you,
not
they
stupid.
test you.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
know who to play with. Like, and I have a lot of male friends and family, and I speak to them. Like, I like to know how a man thinks. I think
Thinks.
that's important for me. And simply, how you put yourself out there is how he'll treat you.
Exactly.
How you treat yourself
Facts.
is how he'll treat you. If you're not going outside, you're not taking yourself out, you're not buying yourself things, he's not buying you nothing.
Yep.
Be realistic. Like
Personal
you
development.
personal development,
Yeah.
and also have a bit of couth to yourself. Like me personally, I don't chase, I attract, and that follows me everywhere in my life. Like I'm very chill. I don't chase anything, and that's because that's the energy I put out into the universe. I don't call men. They call me. If you want to talk to me, you can call me. I literally don't call
What's
men.
meant to be will come.
It works for me every single time. They call me when they want. I get to be left alone. I'm not very needy, and I think it keeps me in a high position in their life, and I like that.
But I don't know.
100%.
So
Obviously,
is the goal okay?
I was gonna say it's because she's a bit young though.
Because
I've
it's
been dating a while, you know. I'm
'cause-
21, but I've been in like 4 serious relationships. I've been in love twice in
21.
my life. Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, you're 21.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know
not-
what I'm saying? Like you
It's
could.
not
No,
enough.
It's
no,
not.
you,
It's
you
not.
can't. You can't.
I'm
really
not gonna.
it's
use
I'm
like-
not gonna
like,
write
I
it
get-
off.
I
I'm not gonna
get-
write it off. I was
Yeah.
in love at 20, like
yeah.
crying, like 100%. So I understand.
Things, like,
But
yeah.
I just feel like as you get older, you can't. Your views on love change a lot, man.
Yeah,
like a
you-
lot. There's
what-
certain things that you said you wouldn't take, but there's other things in position that you're like, I can't go, I
agree
can't
with that,
leave.
but
Do you know what I'm
that's happened to
saying?
me already, so you can't really take away from my experience. And I do agree with you. There's still a lot more for me to experience. I don't have a child. I don't really haven't. I would say I've been in toxic relationships, but I'm a very diligent person anyway, so it hasn't really phased me. I've enjoyed it. It was fun. Yay, I'll do it again.
I love her honesty.
Is the
Gets
chop
me
the
through
chop is
life.
good, isn't it? And toxic.
Listen, I average.
I love your
good sex. That's
transparency.
Not for
I don't
me.
stay for sex. Sex is
No,
not.
toxic sex isn't good.
Toxic
You don't
sex
like
is
it?
amazing.
Sex is not. Sex is not
We're
what.
not even
I
gonna
don't
get
like
into that.
toxic
Oh,
anything.
Like,
Sex-
I'm with
sex
you.
is
I'm
not-
not
toxic
let's
sex.
leave toxic out of the group chat. I'm not into
You never had toxic sex with someone you're like, we wasn't supposed to do this.
I believe we all
That's
And it
have,
was
but I'm
like,
saying that's
whoa.
definitely that's not the way forward though. Really,
it's not.
It's not.
You were
It's not-
saying
it's
sex
not
is
healing.
not what?
Toxic sex, he said.
He said
That's not the way
toxic sex,
forward.
And I
No,
said
I'm
for
not with
me,
it.
I average
Definitely
good
not.
sex anyway,
100%.
so I wouldn't
Not
subject
involved.
myself to bad behavior for good sex. I
Well,
don't
toxic
need to
sex
do
could
that.
be with when you're with your partner
that's the
already
next
and you're
stage.
arguing.
It's not. Listen, it's not.
I'm
good.
Maybe
in
you're
for-
arguing and you two are arguing. You
No, maybe
haven't
I-
spoke the whole day and just. Is that toxic sex?
I don't want to be with a
That's- it's
partner that
makeup,
I'm
it's
arguing
makeup,
with.
okay.
So I don't know.
It's makeup.
So is that
sex.
makeup?
Makeup
No, that's
sex.
no, but then after you're not
sex
talking
is
again.
best.
Remove toxic from this
Anyway,
conversation.
swiftly moving on.
Swiftly moving on. So yeah, this is it. So it's fast growing. I think that people are forgetting as well about how to value communication, consistency, little things, you know, that little thing of care, passion, and caring like we see in the movies or like we used to see, because now things have changed a lot. And I think that influences a lot of young people, especially teenagers who are starting to, like my children, they're going to grow up. What do they see on TV? It's all about twerk, 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 shake that ass, money, shots.
It's about self-educating yourself, though, isn't it? It's like
There's no more
educating
value to
yourself.
marriage. There's not that big value like before. So I think like everyone is just looking at, he has the big following, he's single, he has 20 women in a weekend, he's the big man, I want him.
Is that attractive?
That's
To
what
That's
someone-
what's
to some
being
women- to some
attractive
women it is.
nowadays.
I've never
done.
understood
yeah, to
the
some women
hype.
it is.
There's
Yeah,
a
but
lot of-
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that that is the fashion now.
Yeah.
That's what looks good on social media. That's what will bring attraction. That's what will bring more following, more interaction. That's a boring couple. They're married with kids. Oh, that's boring.
I
Oh,
don't
he
know, guys,
cheated.
look at
Boom.
Nara Smith. Everybody loves Nara. They live a pretty, even though they are both famous, they live a pretty ordinary life. She cooks all her stuff from scratch. They're like an old Mormon couple
Old
from
school
back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
So
But I've-
people are like they're loving marriage again, but it's just if we didn't grow up seeing that, you can't expect everyone to go down that route. Like I didn't grow up in
So
But I
a
think
two-parent household. I don't see the significance of it.
I think if sometimes if you don't see something on social media as much, we think it's not happening anymore. But a lot of people are still getting married. A lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have a few
Yeah.
friends that are married. I'm 27. People my age are getting married, like getting houses. Like things happen.
They do.
So, but they're just not on social media.
but they're not as cool.
Yeah, but it's-
Trendy.
Not on social
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
as cool.
Real life.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's about finding yourself on what works for you and what's important to you, rather than looking at what
Exactly.
everyone else is doing, because then that's where
What
you
do
get
you
lost.
value? What do you appreciate? Yeah, definitely,
So-
definitely. So what is the advice that we give out to decrease the growing number of single people?
Interaction, social interaction.
Educate,
Go
yourself,
outside.
educate yourself.
Don't go on dating apps.
Go outside.
Compliment
Flash.
a lady. Compliment her. Say, oh, your shoes look nice. Your boots look nice. Give her a
Exactly.
compliment.
Exactly.
Say, oh,
Exactly.
you get me?
Reassurance.
Real
Reassurance.
conversation, you know. Like,
Actions.
Be open.
Actions.
Yeah, actions.
Actions
Speak
speak
more with
louder than
action than
words.
just words.
Yeah, be
Yeah, yeah,
open, be honest. Like just be yourself. It's
And
like,
reassurance.
Find a
Definitely.
hobby that maybe lets you meet people.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Okay. Thank you for coming, guys. I'm very, very happy to have you all here today. And we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.
see you soon.
Bye.